Hey there, fellow sellswords, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mirthwood, Episode 6, Dash, Smash, and Crash. Pretty regularly, the blacksmith will sell iron ore, 5 at a time. It's not a lot, but it adds up. And then while I'm here, I'm also going to get these, the steel kit. There it is. If you ever buy one of these toolkits, their resale value is the same. So if you accidentally buy one, you're not screwed. You can just sell it back to the blacksmith at full cost, at full price or whatever you call it, so that you don't, you're not screwed by that transaction. All right, let's head back into the swamp and get as much iron as we can. There's also other quests around here. So, like, there's this investigative mystery mark. I hadn't actually picked up the quest, but I know where it is in town if we want to do it at some point. That quest is a town guard who went missing. But I don't need the money right now, so I'm just going to work on the gear. I'm curious if I can't just, like, speed run getting a silver pick and a steel pick and a silver sword. One thing that is nice about this game is how frequently it rains. There's no mood penalty or anything like that for rain, and the rain obviously allows me not to have to water the crops. So it's not super, unless you have a massive farm, it's not super labor intensive to keep the crops watered. It's not like, one thing I really like about this game versus a lot of games similar to it, like, I guess I'm somewhat calling Stardew out here, is when playing Stardew Valley, anyone that has, like, I've never, I'll admit, tried to play Stardew Valley truly meta, but from what I realized, there's a lot of parts of Stardew Valley which, in order to get there, you need to, like, play meta, and there's, like, not a lot of room for mistakes, and it makes, there's something about Stardew Valley that just, like, knowing that you kind of have to play meta ruins it for me. I don't know about you guys, but at least it does for me. So 5, 7, so we have 7/10 of the iron that we need. It's mostly just bottlenecked on charcoal. And whether or not I get the charcoal in time or not, who knows. We could build another kiln, but that seems a little overkill. But one of the reasons why I don't, like, take every fight offered to me is, apart from leveling up your melee skill, there's not a lot to be gained by killing, like, random people. So this here is a thief vendor who won't trade with you until you've dirtied your hands a bit. You can probably surmise what is required in order to do transactions with them. You gotta be pretty low on the morality scale. It doesn't look like there's much iron to be had right now. Seems like I've pretty much picked the marsh clean. So I am going to make the choice to kill Reginald D'Arcy. I have got a full health bar, and the townsfolk around here would be pleased if the local bandit leader stopped harassing them. Hey, Darcy. It'd be a real shame if someone knew how to weaponize these fire barrels, wouldn't it? Oops. You are getting schooled, my man. Are you sure you're in charge? Because you're eating some pants right now, bud. Eat my shorts. Eat my bloomers, sir. Oh no, good hit, good hit. Credit where credit is due. You're done. Bandit Brigandine diagram and cow cheese. Ah, yes. Man after my own heart. He's got the cheese. By the time this parchment graces your eyes, I'll be off for leaving another ponderous merchant of his burdensome wealth. Yeah, the dude was a jerk. Now he's a dead jerk. And I am up all sorts of his loot. What's funny is, if all this stuff is stolen, am I just now also a thief by stealing it from him? You know? If you steal from a... I mean, it's one of those... If you steal from a thief, are you a thief? You kind of are, you kind of aren't. I don't know. Somewhere in between. Potent health, rustic wooden chair, and a feather. Cool. Get back here, Bambi. Get back here! Alright, I should probably go back to... I'm closer to my camp. I should probably go back to the farm to stoke up the kiln again, because I need a lot more charcoal for the steel. But while I wait in between charcoal-y things, I'll try to do fun things that are interesting for you guys to watch, like questing and contracting and the like. I think that's the last of the iron I needed. Definitely gonna want to cut this tree all the way down because it's right in front of my tanning bench. There's a bit of a delay for when you can clear the stumps, as you saw. So you can't, right now I'm clicking, you can't like accidentally remove the stumps too easily. With a caveat, if you have two trees next to one another, and you try to cut the other tree, once you're done cutting the other tree, it's very easy to remove the original first tree stump. But the game does protect you from, like, accidentally lopping stumps off. Out of context, that sounds real weird. Let's see. Let's put a chair down. Our first actual furniture. And you can rotate this thing. Actually, I'm going to put a chair here. That makes more sense at the workbench. Man, the peas, dude, the peas. If you can imagine if, like, every few days I was buying pea seeds and potato seeds, the amount of peas and potatoes I could make would be ridiculous. I just didn't want to spend my time that way. But this is obviously a... Oh! Farmer level 5. Extra crop chance. This is obviously a single-player game, kind of sandboxy. And you can play however you want. So if you want to go full-on Stardew Mega Farmer, like, nothing's stopping you. Just not how I wanted to approach the game. And truth be told, I really should be buying and replanting the onions, but I haven't been. Because onions and the... peas are a good for-profit food. With that said, when summer rolls around and I'm able to do grapes into wine, into aged wine, that's a better resource chain for profit, I think. So another useful way for me to pass the time to regain my energy, but while also making charcoal for the steel, is instead of going full on sleep, do naps. So hit F instead of E, and you'll sleep for just a little bit of time at a clip, allowing you to then tend the resource processors more frequently, which is useful for short recipes like charcoal. So if I really wanted steel, you know, doing it this way is a little silly, sleeping like 2 hours at a clip, but it comes with a bit of a benefit. So we've got 6 iron, 1 steel, still working on the charcoal. Charcoal sucks to grind. It takes a while to process, but hey, it's okay. It probably goes without saying, but if you really wanted to kick up your processing power, making, you know, like 2 furnaces or 2 kilns, like obviously that would double my throughput. You know what? I will just do that because of the remaining time in the stream. I suppose it doesn't hurt. So we got 2 kilns roaring now. And trades just leveled up for level 6 for the second cards. So this unlocks Artisan, your goods sell for greater profit, and Prospector, chance to harvest extra gems. So you ask if the second kiln is worth it. It's hard to answer that without too many spoilers, but what I will say is the game... Actually, it doesn't spoil too much. The barns and chicken coops and stables and things like that require a lot of stone. So using up the stone for a second kiln will obviously shorten the amount of time that it takes to get the charcoal for steel. But ooh, traveling merchant. But steel is only really relevant until you pass it, right? So as soon as I get the steel for the pig, I then unlock the ability to harvest silver, and then steel becomes a lot less relevant, meaning the kiln becomes a lot less relevant. So in my opinion, if I wasn't streaming this, just being patient and getting the charcoal when you get the charcoal, it's probably the smart bet. But because I'm streaming it and I'm on a sort of a tighter time schedule, then the arithmetic changes a little bit. So the traveling merchant is here. It's the cyan bubble. It's actually further east than I've ever traveled, but let's go there. Just, it's something to do while I wait for the charcoal to go. So I'm gonna tend the kilns again, and then travel on over. So second bar. Okay. There was stuff to water, but whatever. So I'm going to go to the Camp of the Barrows. That's the closest to the traveling merchant. A lot of the enemies that you'll face, they make a lot of noise before you get too close. You can hear them a long way off. So if you're trying to avoid a fight, it's pretty easy to avoid the fight by just keeping your ears open and knowing that you're trespassing on their territory well in advance. What I will say is that there's not a lot of, like, even if I was relatively naked, at full health, there's really not a lot of enemies in the game that will, like, one-shot me. So, it goes without saying, the further away from your home, which is up here in the top left corner, you travel, the harder it gets. So, like, enemies down here are harder than enemies here, which are harder than the enemies near home. So the further you are stray from home, the harder the game gets, but you won't get one shot by much. So here's still like a, oh, I have my pickup. Here's still like a silt lurker, which is no harder than it is in the swamps. But as I get into the plains, because I'm now in the plains, the enemies that I'm going to find are mostly going to be like boars and things that are slightly harder. Survival, level 4. Stamina drain gone down. So, speaking of boars, there's one now. And here's the traveling merchant. So we've got things that only they will sell, like the golden sword diagram. I'm so far away from being able to make a golden sword, I'm not going to bother buying that. And a sweet tart recipe. I'll buy the recipe. Sell you trout, sell you cow cheese, sell you brandy. And sell you mead. Oh, you just happen to have a ruby on you? In a box? Hell yeah. I'm not going to sell that ruby, though. There's something I want to do with the ruby. So there you go. There is the traveling merchant. There is a... so these are limestone, which I can mine with my current pick. The gold, I cannot. The gold requires a silver pick to mine, which I'm very far away from unlocking. But the limestone is used to build and upgrade your base or your home cosmetically. As well as some other stuff, but primarily cosmetic upgrades. Trying to hit the barrel, hit him square in the face. Yoink! Ha ha ha! Stole from the bandit. Okay, we're in the crossroads. And one of the reasons I came to the crossroads is to buy the diagram. Buy the iron ore, that will help. But buy the diagram for the silver sword. Here it is. Which is what I'm trying to earn towards. But there's all these other diagrams, like war bows and swords and everything. The diagrams tend to be pretty cheap. It's just the materials that go into them make them expensive, obviously. And while I'm here, maybe pick up some of the additional quests. So there's the Berserker Boar, which is a contract to kill a boss boar around here. Here it is. Welcome to the crossroads. Got any work for me? Folks have been seeing valuables appear in their homes. So try to solve why we're getting random loot in our homes. There's also another contract on the wall. Mistress of the Moor, that's a kill contract. Fried perch recipe, I will buy that. Mike Zero, thank you for the resub. And then one of the guardsmen on my way in had something to say to me. Hello there, fair citizen. Can you bring me ale? Sure. And ale of a good time. And he wants me to bring him light ale, which I just coincidentally happened to buy from the bar a second ago. So that hits the spot. Can you bring me a Medville mead? Well, that's where I'm going to leave off, friend. And we have footprints around here, which relate to why random loot is showing up in people's homes. There's also like a diamond on the barrel over here. And let's see if I can't find any other clues as to why there's like a Robin Hood dumping loot on this poor town. Perhaps because it is indeed a poor town. You're a good little rooster. I miss you both. I camp out here to be near you, but I fear I must move on soon, for my own sake. I love you always, Treya. God, if only my blade hit harder. My hit to being hit ratio is really good, but my sword does no damage compared to their attacks. Same with the bow. The guardsman in town would help me with this silt lurker, if you're wondering, but I'll handle it in this case. You can call me Legolas. And I got a silt lurker flesh. Mmm, delicious. I'd advise you to come no further, lest my knife find itself buried in your side, stranger. Are you a bandit? If only you knew how I burn inside with such an insult. Who are you? No one. And what business do you have with me? Be gone. You've been in the crossroads. Well, you're more clever than I had guessed. And are you here to scold me or kill me? You know nothing about me. Are you the one leaving items? Of what importance is to you? Yet, I sense something earnest about you. Let me see on your map. Here, visit me if you have time. So she wants me to visit her in a cave if I have time. Well, my kilns probably need to be restoked. So I'll do that. And then I'll go visit her. Sorry, Wanderer, but you're slow as hell. You can't catch me. I am the gingerbread man. I'm actually kind of gingerbread colored, now I think about it. I don't know how that makes me feel. Yummy, soft, warm, cinnamony, all the above. So here's another camp. Camp on the plain. And this one comes with a cabin and a thief trying to murder me. Swiggity swooty, you can't chase my booty. Ow! Yes, you can. Ah, but I can fast travel. My inventories are completely full. So, silver sword diagram and sweet tart diagram. Or recipe, I should say. So we've got 3 steel, 4 iron, 7, plus the 8 for another steel and another iron. So I have almost all the raw resources. It just requires time to process them, which I lack. Little trout. Everything needs watering. Before this was released, the watering can could like barely hit all 4 at once, and it was really frustrating because it was possible, but you needed to be like pixel perfect to be able to hit it. And I'm so glad they updated it so that isn't the case anymore, because it was like kind of frustrating. Okay, let's locate the cave. I'm probably gonna get hit on arrival by that thief, so I'm gonna pull my sword out. Nope, can't catch me. And then with the remaining time after I go to the cave, I want to show you why I didn't sell the ruby. So the cave is up yonder. Thieves' End. I'll put my sword away. They'll get the wrong idea if my sword's out. Reckon the pigs smell better than I do? And a little self-reflection does the body good. You came. I wasn't sure you would. Welcome. My name is Treya. You're a thief? I am. I rarely take from honest folk, but rather give back to them with what I've taken for bandits and fools. Judge me by my actions, not by your postulates. What is this place? Thieves' End, we call it. My friends and I shelter here, out of sight, out of mind. I was young when my parents brought me here, to the Freelands. They were poorer than dirt, but they worked hard, and they were happy. They were killed on a winter's night by a bandit named Brahm. Without reason, without remorse. I have struggled with it, to feel, to survive. I still do. Giving back to poor families like mine, it helps. I feel some purpose in it. But I will never be whole. I know. I roam here because I am lost. Why am I here? I seek some small closure. For more than a year, I've been hunting Brahm, and I have finally cornered him. Will you help me end Brahm's story permanently? Revenge on Ice. Let's see how you live. I would say pretty modestly, so I think she's telling the truth. Dearest Treya, Father and I, you know what? I don't want to read her personal notes. That feels a bit like invading privacy. But I will take your custard. Hell yeah. Custard. And then if you're looking to buy health potions, this dude's got you hooked up. This is kind of where you buy your health potions. Now for the ruby. Yeah, so it's a kind of a vigilante hideout. There are thieves. There are, like, the game... So obviously the game has this morality meter, right? And if you steal, you're evil, as far as the game's concerned. But these are thieves that steal that don't consider themselves evil. With that said, there's really no way for the player to do what they do. You can't steal from nobles and royalty and give to the poor. It'd be cool if you could, but you can't. And if you're wondering, I don't think that there is going to be time for me to process all the steel that I was trying to process with the time remaining. But what I can do is to do the quest for this ruby. So that's why I kept it. And maybe like one last boss fight. That should be fun. Alright, Wolf, where are you, bud? There's a dude named Wolf around here, and I want to talk to him. Sounds like something died again. Dude, I like your attitude. It's a good attitude to have. Yeah, Ashmire is a bit stanky. Stanky swamp. People here, I think, what did they say? The people back in Bright Oak called them a little weird. I'd like to say they're honest folk, but they ain't. There should be standing stones nearby, because they just hit one. Ooh, a gold bar. I found it. Because I read the note about them losing a gold bar. Graveyard. I'm looking for the standing stones to where that scattered stone belonged. It should be close by. And then as should Wolf. Wolf lives somewhere in the swamps. I'm surprised I haven't spotted him yet. Yeah, where are you, Wolf? Are either of you Wolf? No. I don't think so. If I don't spot Wolf soon, I will pivot. Oh, no, here's Wolf. Move it, fan. I like how I just shoved a Wolf. Hi, stranger. Wolf's the name. Given by my father, who was named Wolf, and his father for him, and his father for him, and his father for him, who was named John. Say, you look like the type to help a poor peasant in need. Yeah, what's the trouble? Gone into a bit of debt with Oscar over in Bright Oak. Gambling and all, you see. I just need something simple, like a ruby. That'd clear my debt, for sure. You don't happen to have a spare one? Well, you know, I do. Here you go. By the saints, you brought me a ruby. Ha! A true friend indeed. You're always welcome in my home. I thank thee truly. I should be off to talk with Oscar soon. That's why I kept the ruby. The last thing I want to do is maybe a boss fight. So let's get my butt kicked by the Hag of Bleakwood. Sound fun for a last huzzah? Sounds good to me. So for that, I need to go get Harfin's Foot and to put it on an altar out in Bleakwood. That's one hell of a debt. Actually, the rubies sell for about 150 gold. Right now I have 347 on me, and this toolkit's worth 2,000, so it's a bit of death, but like rubies are kind of common out here. So it's not an incredible amount of debt. Yeah, rubies aren't like crazy expensive in this game. I like the at nighttime, the windows going lit. It's a nice touch. Okay. Let's go grab the foot and get back to the swamp. And this is the part of the game that feels most like I'm a witcher or something. Oh, I don't like wolves. Oh, there's an altar down here that has a feather. Got it. Away, wolf. The wolves you can like outrun as long as you don't get hung up on stuff. The Spriggans are really hard to outrun because they move just about the same speed as the player does. Ooh, a copper bar. So there's an altar somewhere around here where I place the foot as sacrifice. Here it is. Defeat the hag. It's going to be hard to do with my dinky little sword, but like I said, it was the last huzzah. Oh my god. I hit for 5, she hits for 27. Or 20, well, no, it varies. And that's with my good armor? Owies. Owie. I'm down to 2 potions left. I keep rolling the wrong direction, too. I'll steal your feather at the very least. So even if I die, I get to keep your feather. No! Don't hit me! As you can see, arrows aren't super reliable. She kind of like dodges some of them. She has a tricky hitbox. Oh, ouchie. I'll get you, old hag. I'm definitely not getting paid enough for this, though. Oh, God. Last chance. No! Oh, God. Well, hey, the good news is you might be able to see the death penalty here. Pain was too much. Yeah, here we go. So if you end up getting passed out, you do revive. Here, death counter up 1. I kind of knew I was going to die, to be fair. You do revive in a nearby location, close to where you passed out. With lost gold is the death penalty, or the penalty for dying, I should say. The other, saying it the other way sounds weird. And then you can just continue where you left off. So like here she is with what little health she had left, although face tanking such that I am is doing me no favors. Where you can continue. Now that isn't necessarily true of all fights. Some fights do reset. And then time passes as well. So it's not like a freebie. You do lose time, as you can see on the bottom left. Yeah, here's another death. Because the stream's over, I'm just like throwing myself at her, which sounds a lot more romantic than it really is. So you know, if you're pixel perfect and you dodge everything, you know it's possible to beat the game with no gear upgrades. But I shouldn't be in this fight, as you can tell. Oh, I thought I passed out. Never mind. Let's remove that death. I'm just, my health is at invisibly low. I can do it! No, I can't. It should be at 3. It's counting up to 3. The red light makes it look more romantic. Well, what if I change the light to this? Oh, yeah. Now the hag and I are on a date. So this is what I mean by the occlusion. Like, I can barely tell what's going on in the fight when I'm, like, deep in the forest like that. Plop. I don't even know if the death counter is, like, accurate anymore. I lost count. I'm not even regaining health between attempts. I'm gonna be a one-shot, one-trick pony here. Oh, and she's camping the entrance. No, don't do that, lady. Just let me have this win. Ah! No! I will end you. Yeah! Woo! It's complete. I beat her for 100 gold using 300 gold worth of potions. But the reason why I wanted to take her out is this is my first trinket slot. So I got Hag Bells, which gives me 5% defense against all enemies. That was the reward for killing her. But yeah, my whole body hurts very badly. My hit points are basically 0. And the other thing I got from her is a painting. A Hag self-portrait, which I can hang back home, which I will do right now as the last thing I do this stream. Something to remember our lovely first date by. My first kiss of death. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Go away. Oh, or not, because I crashed. So. Hey, you know the good news about crashing. Those deaths, they didn't count, because I haven't actually died now. Yeah! I beat the game! Well, on that note, this is where I am going to leave off, because I'm over time. Thank you for tuning in to Mirthwood, which originally streamed live on Twitch November 6th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow adventurers.